So the Jacksonville Jaguars go bold, sort of like the color of the jacket Travis Hunter is dancing his way out of the green room in.
An incredible last memory of taking the field with his sons, Shador and Shiloh, here at Folsom Field at home.
Talk about my girl. Go talk about your girl. Go find a girl. Go find a life. Stop worrying about what I got going on. I know what I got. I know my girl. My girl been with me for 5 years. Y'all are just not starting to talk about me and just not starting to be with me. Like, come on, man. Y'all go do something else with y'all.
Could Travis Hunter really be preparing for a shocking midseason transfer? If the whispers spreading online are even halfway true, this might have nothing to do with football at all. People are claiming it has zero connection to play his contracts, or the scoreboard, and everything to do with his wife, Lyanna. Fans are buzzing over rumors that one of his own Jaguars teammates may have gotten far too close to her. And when I say too close, you already know exactly what kind of close we are talking about. Now, here's the real jaw-dropper: the timing. This is not an off-season move or a regular end-of-year switch-up. This is a mid-season decision coming out of nowhere. And the internet is convinced the reason is messy, personal, and downright humiliating if any of this turns out to be true. We are talking about old clips resurfacing, shady locker room whispers, and the marriage that has already shown cracks for quite some time.
Okay.
Never post when y'all have problems.
Okay.
And be honest, always be honest.
I feel it. You got the ring on right now?
No, I don't.
At this point, Travis walking away could end up being the least dramatic part of this entire saga. Sure, transfers happen in the NFL all the time. Teams chase bigger contracts. Players go where the money is, but the way this one is playing out feels different. Travis has been hyped as one of the Jaguars' future stars. And now, there are reports he might just pack up in the middle of the season. Not after it is over. Not during a normal trade window, but right now. And when something like this drops out of nowhere, people instantly start asking the same question: what went down? If this were just about football, we would expect the classic safe lines: it is business. I am ready for a new opportunity. I am just focusing on my career. But the silence from Travis is what has people talking, especially compared to how loud and proud he was when the Jaguars first drafted him. That is why the online detectives are in overdrive. Reddit threads, Twitter spaces, TikTok breakdowns everywhere you look. People are trying to connect the dots. And no matter where you scroll, the same theory keeps bubbling up. This is not about touchdowns. It is about his personal life. More specifically, it is about a rumor that a teammate might have crossed the line with Lyanna. If that is true, it is not just bad optics, it could be career-changing. At first, it was all cryptic. Hints, comments like "check the roster" or "look at who she has been talking to." But soon enough, fans on Reddit and TikTok began dropping actual names.
I did do some Zillow researching for a house last night, so I had a feeling.
I'm sure you have talked to everybody about playing both ways, offense and defense. What are we thinking? Is there, you're leaning towards one more than the other, or do you really want to go 100% both ways?
Nah, I'm not leaning to one or the other. You know, I'm going 100%. As much as they put on my plate, I'm going to do the best that I can to, take it all in and, do my job.
Awesome. Congratulations,
love it.
Travis. Enjoy the ride, brother.
Yes, sir.
The version making the rounds is that one of Travis's own teammates got a little too friendly with Lyanna, and the way people describe it, you would not even need the full sentence to understand the picture. Just the look in the room told. The whole story. Of course, nothing is confirmed. The team is not talking. Travis remains silent. And Lyanna has been completely quiet online, no posts, nothing. She once said in an interview that she keeps her relationship steady by not letting social media dictate it. But you know how the internet works. Silence does not calm anything down. It only makes people believe the rumors even more. What really sent this into viral territory was how perfectly it lined up with things fans had already seen before. That clip from months ago of Lyanna allegedly chatting and leaning in with a Jaguars player is making the rounds again, and now people are looking at it through a whole new lens. Here is what stings for fans of this: is the same player people are whispering about now. It means the tension has been simmering inside that locker room for months. That could explain why things behind the scenes started to feel off. There were subtle signals along the way, quiet reports about practice vibes being strange. Fans noticing that certain players who once hung out and joked with Travis were suddenly not around him anymore.
Colin got to get a shot at black sand. Nah, you're so good. I'm shooting through the black sand. We don't collect it.
The other side of that sled! Other side of the sled!
For even during press conferences, the energy felt stiff, like everyone was tiptoeing around their words. No one has actually said, yeah, there's drama. But the body language has been speaking loud enough. Travis does not look like the same guy. He is not laughing with teammates the way he used to. And when he is on the sidelines, he is usually alone. If there is any truth to the talk about a teammate crossing the line with Lyanna, it suddenly Makes sense. It is hard to practice, travel, and share a locker room with someone you do not even want to look at. Once fans started connecting the dots like that, it stopped feeling like just football. It started to look like one of those slow burn, behind-the-scenes dramas that spills far beyond the field, and if the locker room was tense, home definitely was not a calm escape. Stuff like this does not stay at practice, it follows you into the car, the kitchen, even the stands. Fans started pointing out little moments that seemed to tell their own story, like that wedding clip, where Travis leaned in and she turned her head away quickly. You probably saw it. Then at a game, the cameras caught them in the stands talking. With those tight, sharp expressions couples get when they are not on the same page. No yelling. No scene, just that low, pointed conversation that says everything without saying much at all. Put those moments next to the teammate whispers and their quiet Instagram feeds, and suddenly it reads like a pattern. Not hard proof, but serious pressure for him. Every snap at practice comes with a silent, "What are people saying now?" For her, every public appearance turns into a body language breakdown online. None of this screams it is over, but all of it screams something is off. That kind of slow burn does not explode out of nowhere, it builds. And just when it looked like they were trying to ride it out, Travis started changing his routine in ways you could not miss. After all those little signs in their marriage, people noticed the changes were not just happening at home. That is when the shifts started hitting everyone in the face. Travis was not moving the same way. People at practice said his whole vibe switched overnight. He stopped hanging around after drills, skipped the casual locker room banner, and left the stadium faster than anyone else. No playful interviews. No hanging with the press just in and out like he could not wait to leave. Then came the travel changes. Fans noticed he was not always with the main group during away games, sometimes arriving late, other times heading out solo right after. And for a guy who used to be front and center in every team moment, that was loud without a single word being spoken. Meanwhile, the internet kept digging. A clip surfaced of him walking past that specific teammate without even making eye contact. And trust me, NFL players notice things like that. The second that video hit TikTok, the comment section exploded. Yeah, he is avoiding him on purpose. You can cut the tension with a knife. Something definitely went down. And if that was not enough, there was the other thing. People spotted Lyanna showing up to one game without her wedding ring. No caption, no explanation, just smiling for a few selfies in the stands. And you better believe every detail got screenshotted, zoomed in, and dissected by fans. From there, everything felt like it was moving in fast forward. His social media posts dropped to almost nothing. No game day hype, no locker room pictures, no personal updates. The few times he did post, it was cryptic stuff, a workout clip with the caption focus mode, or a black screen with 3 dots. People ate it up, convinced he was sending hidden messages. The team still is not saying a word, but even sports reporters are hinting they have heard things off the record. And when seasoned reporters start dropping breadcrumbs without naming names, that is when you know there is smoke and maybe a whole fire burning behind the scenes. By this point, it is not just about whether Travis is transferring, it is about why it feels so personal. The patterns are impossible to ignore: the locker room tension, the quiet Instagram feeds, the sideline distance, the ringless appearances, and the craziest part, the people closest to the situation are acting like if they stay quiet long enough, it will all fade away. But in 2025, silence does not erase a rumor. It turns it into a storyline. And right now, that storyline is painting a picture of a player who is done playing the same game both on and off the field. It was not just about hitting the field, it was spilling into his entire lifestyle. Travis used to be everywhere off the field, showing up at charity events, hanging with friends, even surprising fans at random. But lately, nothing. No public outings, no casual meet and greets, no fun off-season content. It is like he went from being in everyone's feed to barely existing in the spotlight at all. And when he did pop up, the vibe was off. No Lyanna by his side. No relaxed energy, just that same locked-in, distracted look like his mind was miles away. Fans started wondering if he was avoiding more than just one teammate. Maybe he was dodging certain situations entirely. The timing only made it messier. Around the same weeks, he started laying low. The online chatter about him and Lyanna hit its loudest point. Instead of addressing it or posting something to shut it down, he went totally silent, letting the speculation grow like wildfire. Some fans swear you could tell he had already made up his mind, not just about the marriage, but about his future with the team. Then came the next bombshell rumor, one that made everything feel inevitable. Word is, Travis and the teammate app. The center of this did not just avoid each other, they finally had it out, supposedly after practice. Away from cameras, but close enough for people nearby to know something was going down. No one is putting their name on exactly what was said, but with everything swirling, it does not take a genius to figure out the subject for a lot of fans. That was the moment that, yeah, it is over moment. You do not share a locker room with someone if the air is that tense. By the time the story trickled into fan spaces, it did not even feel like gossip anymore. It felt like quiet confirmation, and while Travis kept his side locked tight, Lyanna's silence was hitting even harder. She was not posting, was not showing up at games, and was not appearing in any of the usual behind-the-scenes content for someone who normally had at least some presence. Her sudden vanishing act was impossible to miss. Fans noticed immediately. A short social media break is one thing, but this felt like a total disappearance. She seemed to be dodging the spotlight completely. Officially, everyone stayed quiet. But the whispers kept spreading, and with the timing of everything, it was impossible for fans not to connect the dots. At that point, the question shifted. It was no longer if Travis would leave, it was how he would pull it off. And for now, Travis is not saying a word. Lina is keeping her head down. The Jaguars are acting like nothing is wrong, which means the only way we will get the real story is if someone finally talks. And when that day comes, the transfer will not be the headline. The reason will, and that might be the part the NFL is not ready to handle. If you are still locked in, you already know what to do. Smash that like button, drop a comment, hit subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you never miss the tea. Catch you in the next one.